She's like love, 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 and music. La la la, love, 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 and music.
Hello, 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 everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner, and this is my review for The Real Housewives of Atlanta. This is season 10. Episode 14. Yes, I washed my hair and it air dried. So this, some of y'all is used to me with letting my hair air dry and let it, naturally do a thing. And yes, it's a new darker lip. So, we're just trying to get into it. It is currently Sunday. It is around 9:40. So let's hope I can get through everything I have to do today before 5 a.m. Because we have the Housewives that came on today. I have to do The Walking Dead. I have to do The Shy and Seeking Sister Wives. So, let's get this together. So the episode kind of starts off with Eva being a whole little barista and trying to deliver coffee to everybody. Even though half the house don't even do coffee. And, it is what it is. She takes coffee to Sheree, who's complaining about her sleeping situation, saying, oh my God, my back hurts so bad. This is like a cot. It's not even really a bed. Tyrone has better sleeping arrangements than me. Tyrone in prison, hopefully he's not getting ass raped. So I'm willing to believe that your sleeping arrangements is better than his. And you had 2 beds in your room, good girl. You had 2 twin beds. But if you push 2 twin beds together, that's basically a full. So it's like, it is what it is. Tyrone in jail, getting 3 meals in a cot and probably hoping not getting no cock. But, it is what it is. So I'm like, girl, bye. We then see how most of the ladies, everyone except Nene, was at the breakfast or brunch table, basically conversating about conversating. People keep telling me conversating is not a word, but it's a word I'm going to use. Having a conversation or conversating about the whole Kim fiasco and Kim. Sorry, y'all. Somebody. You just have to respond to some stuff and it be the wrong time. Okay, I'm going to stop now. So, yeah. Just seeing how inappropriate was what Kim was doing and how, Kim allowing Brielle, is it Brielle or Brianna? Whichever one, Brielle, I think is her oldest daughter, Brielle, to be all up in Nene's bathroom taking pictures and stuff, and taking pictures around her house was inappropriate and just kind of wrong. And, some of them were saying how, someone who's friends with Kim should talk to Kim. Now, the only ones who was friends with Kim is Sheree and Portia, and we both know ain't neither one of them backpedaling, pussy poppins, and bone collectors gonna go do anything and say anything to Kim. Sometimes I be feeling like this is not high enough to catch me, so I be moving it around. So they were talking about that, and they kind of asked Sheree because Sheree kind of wasn't saying anything either way. I mean, yeah, she was saying it was wrong, but she wasn't saying it as in, I'm gonna talk to her. Because typically, when you're, like me, for instance, when I sometimes, be real petty in my antics and stuff, my best friend Karla would be like, Jay, you was wrong. But she would tell me that in private. She might not call me out publicly about stuff, but she, we definitely have those conversations, and that's, I think, the test of a true friend. And I have friends that I do that too as well. So for Sheree saying how, she wasn't going to talk about, she said, I'm not going to talk to Kim about her daughter, about how she raised her children, because that's not on me to do. I raised my kids one way, she raised her kids a whole different way, and I'm not gonna get involved in that. And I'm like, well, okay, if you say so, Sheree, but I still think Sheree is fake as frog here on a Tuesday or any day of the week at that matter. So yeah, Cynthia kind of brought up how, because Cynthia brought up how, because if you remember, Kim and Kenya whole beefed out situation was because Kim had an issue with Kenya kind of being shady and saying stuff about about Sheree's house. But it was a true thing when she said, so how she gonna come to Nene's house, at Nene's housewarming, and throw shade and have her daughter record video and do all this bullshit? It's kind of the same thing. And I completely agree, because You can't do that, and that is it's hypocritical. And you did the exact same thing to Nene that you talked shit to Kenya about doing to Sheree. So, girl, you just a goddamn hypocrite. But who cares? Next, we see Shamia and Eva, a little petty mess. I'm not fully here for Eva yet. Okay, I feel like she has this double standard situation because she was kind of upset with Shamia for bringing up a rumor she heard about, Eva dating girls. Saying how, bringing up my sexual, orientation or whatever. I thought that was awkward. Bitch, you was on a show where that's what they do all day. They bring up stuff of what you've done, could do, should have did, might have done, didn't do, under the table, on top of the table, all kind of stuff. They bring it up and they bring stuff up to the forefront. So my thing is, you can't act like you just above board and no one can bring up your stuff. And what Shamia brought up, was it old and petty? Absolutely it was. Who cares? Whatever. But I feel like Eva did the same thing to Cynthia on her first goddamn day. Because when Eva said, when you brought up something that wasn't in Barcelona, it wasn't on the table, like it wasn't here. You got in the car with Nene and brought up something about Will to Nene. And not even to Cynthia. So you brought up something you heard or thought or whatever. And you brought it back to the table. And nothing had anything to do with what was being said. So my thing is, to get mad at Shamia for doing the exact same thing that you did is hypocritical. Okay? It's stupid. And I'm like, you can't have this, I'm new and can't nobody ask me no questions and you don't know what I'm comfortable with and I'm dating someone who's running for mayor. Right, you're dating someone who's running for mayor and lost, and whatever is in your past is going to come up, whether you're on the Real Housewives of Atlanta or whether you up in the mayor's mansion. It's going to come up one way or the other because that's what people do to people in the industry. It ain't good, it ain't bad, it's just a part of the job. So I feel like she not ready to really be on this show, because my thing is, if she was, she wouldn't really be and she brought up some minor. I think I did hear that a long time ago. Again, I said it was petty for Shamia to bring it up, but it wasn't so petty that Eva should feel some kind of way and be like, y'all can only really if I bring up something about my, because Shamia said, with the one who called your child's father a sperm donor, so you brought up stuff too. Well, I brought that up. You can't think in this group of women that they only gonna talk about what you bring up. And Shamia said, she's like, well, in this group, that's not how we do things, and it's not. Now, Shamia, hold on, honey girl, because you barely got a foot in the door in the group. So my thing is saying, in this group, you like on the outskirts of the group, okay? You just get into the group this season, this day, on this trip. You ain't even been around them enough to be like how the group is. So, I mean, calm your brakes, pump them a little bit, calm down a little bit. I like how you still try to explain to her how things go with the show. But, don't act like you got a peach. Because my thing is, neither one of y'all got peaches. And I think they both fighting for one. So, it's a goddamn peach fight. So, I'm just like, girl, it is what it is. And I feel like Eva's going to be a person who can dish dirt and can talk about people's stuff and bring up whatever, but she can't take it. She's not gonna be able to take when they bring up anything that she's done or said or could. Like, I can't wait till they bring up her man losing. Lord Jesus, how she gonna react about that? And Candyman is at a point by saying, anything that's out there is gonna come up. People gonna bring things out the woodwork. It's gonna come out the back alleys and the outskirts, and it's gonna come to the forefront. So you might as well just get comfortable with being uncomfortable, because that's just a part of being on the show. And and Marlo said, yeah, because when stuff come up that you don't want nobody to know, you're gonna have to be backpedaling and pussy popping like Portia. I said, bitch, girl, we know that's true now. We know that but that Portia be backpedaling like it ain't nothing. She will say something on episode 1, backpedal on episode 2, and act like she don't know what the hell happened at all on episode 3. And she's always been that way. And Portia kind of, well, don't bring up my stuff, girl, bye, we don't really care. So then here come Nene coming out like, I know we all had an issue with the living arrangements and the sleeping arrangements in the bathroom and just the house in general. So I've booked us a hotel for us all to go stay at. And I'm like, how bad is this house that they not really showing us? Because I mean, on the outside looking in, it looked like a regular ass house in a different country. Like, it doesn't look like it's a goddamn prison, but they complaining as if they in a third world country and they living in huts. I mean, they got water, they got lights, they got gas. I mean, what do y'all need? I mean, when you travel abroad, you should want to experience the country. You know what I'm saying? They some high sedity ass heifers, but it is what it is. You know, you do want to be comfortable. You can't blame someone for wanting to be comfortable, so I get that too. But I mean, the house don't look that bad. So I'm guessing it's things that they didn't show us or that we can't see or smell or feel through the TV. So, you know, it is what it is. On the bus, you know, it's cool to see all the ladies laughing and joking, and, you know, we seen, you know, them trying to get Cynthia to kiss Candy. Candy like, nope. Tried to get her to kiss Sheree. Sheree was like, nope. Portia being Portia, like, well, she can kiss me. You know, they do a little fake little kiss. Well, it was a real kiss. It was cool to see them all laughing and joking and stuff. You know, even seeing Portia and Candy interact in little ways where they could say stuff back and forth to each other, and there wasn't any weird awkward tension, or, you know, no one was cussing anybody out. You know, it's cool seeing Nene laugh with Portia. They were all getting along, so it was a good little dynamic of, you know, let's just go ahead and get it over with and let everybody have fun and not even be acting all funny and shady. And, you know, I can't talk to her because I don't like her, you know. And even Nene said, like, me and Portia even enjoying each other's company, and the last year we know they was on was just not a good thing. So they had went on a little, like, I don't know if they was like go-karts or what they were, but they were like little go-karts that I guess you can really ride through the streets of Barcelona. And so they all were kind of buddied up in these little go-kart things, you know, riding around. And Portia, speed demon ass out here, pussy popping, they ain't paying no attention, driving all crazy and reckless. I really feel like she was being reckless and was, oh yeah, but I said loud enough, woo! And I'm like, girl, you not 12, you damn near 40. What are you screaming for? Calm the fuck down. And Lord behold, what did she do? She crashed into the car in front of her because she wasn't paying attention, because she too busy want to scream and holler and put her hands up in the air that girl, you could have killed yourself, Shamia, the person in front. You could have hit a damn kid. I feel like when you're driving on the real streets, you can't be acting like that. And I'm like, and then you in a whole different country, you in a car that you don't know how fast they go. You not even, girl, Portia young and stupid. Okay, she's ditzy as hell. You was being reckless. Gonna say, well, no, I think the brakes wasn't working. No, bitch, your leg wasn't working because you didn't know what you was doing because you can't drive and you wasn't paying goddamn attention. That's what happened. I think the brakes was messed up. I think the car malfunctioned. No, it ain't the goddamn equipment. It's the motherfucking user. Okay, it was you. So, the rest of the episode, honestly, was this whole dinner situation. The episode could have been 30 minutes, honestly, because all the stuff before that to me was like fluffies. You know, at the dinner, they still talking about Kim, and how I was low down and dirty what she did, how I was low down and dirty how she had, you know, the daughter to record and stuff. And Nene said she would never talk to Kim again because Kim was low down. But I feel like, how many times has Nene said, me and Kim won't ever talk again. We won't ever. Nene has said that at least 9 separate times over the past 10 seasons that this show has been on. And they always end up talking later, and then they act as if, oh, we just fuss and fight and argue. My thing is, I do know friends get into it every once in a while, but not to the degree of how Nene and Kim be. I ain't never in my life got into any kind of screaming or arguing, a physical altercation match with a friend like that. Anyone, we get to that point, we ain't friends no more. Because if I feel like I want to fight you, we can't be friends. Like my closest friends, who I've been friends with for years, we've never wanted to come to blows and fists. No, I mean, we might have an argument, not even an argument, just a bit of a disagreement, if that. Because you don't even argue with your real friends. You might have a difference of opinion, and you say, I think A plus A is B, and you think B plus B is C, and we were like, you know, girl, whatever. You think your way and I think mine, and that's it. But you hoes be fussing and fighting and throwing shit and throwing shade and all on social media going in. That ain't that ain't how many of my friends get down. So, you know, Nene was saying how either Sheree or Portia could have talked to Kim and told Kim that she was dead as wrong. I don't know if she meant that they could have told her that when they called her on the phone the first time, but I don't think they knew that Kim was gonna send that whole text. You know what I'm saying? But I'm thinking she mean, you know, once she sent that text and y'all saw what she sent, y'all could have called her back and said, girl, you know, I hate my hair down. I can't wait to back up in the ponytail. You know, girl, you knew you was wrong. But I don't think either one of them are going to do that. Honestly, I don't. Simply because Sheree is that she knows she's a bone collector. And Portia, she just ain't gonna do nothing like that. It's just not what Portia does. And, you know, Nene asked Sheree, like, is you gonna go talk to Kim? Now, Sheree said, well, yeah, I'm gonna talk to her. I'm gonna tell her everything that was said. See, that's that messy bullshit. She not saying that I'm gonna talk to Kim about what she did and how people didn't appreciate it. She said, I'm just gonna go talk to her and tell her what the fuck y'all said. And when she do it, she not gonna say nothing about how she felt about how it was wrong. She gonna say what the girls felt, the girls thought, this is what they thought. She not gonna bring up herself because that's just how Sheree is. It's not a beer either. I don't drink beer. You know, it's a little Seagram's Escape, little something that's not water, because I wanted it to be, you know, a little fancy today. Anyway, so she was saying, like, you know, I'm not going to talk to Kim about her daughter. I'm not going to do that. And on one hand, I get that, because you don't want to offend anyone as a parent. However, if you friends, your friend gonna know I'm not questioning your parenting. I'm just telling you that your grown ass daughter did something dumb, and you did it too. Like, y'all both did something dumb. And a true friend should not be offended by that. But the reason Sheree won't do this because her and Kim not true friends. They're friends for the show, because Sheree needs a goddamn storyline. So that's why Sheree and Portia not gonna tell Kim that Brielle was wrong. But you know, it is what it is. Nene even bringing up, you know, because they was like, well, y'all have beef or whatever. And Nene was like, I don't have no beef with Kim. Me and Kim ain't had beef in a while. She's like, but I see, because she was taking these photos and keeping them, and taking this video and keeping them for months and months and months, that she was keep doing stuff to make it be an issue. Now, my thing is, did Nene and Kim have this conversation beforehand? And Nene said, you know what, I might need a storyline. So, you know, just in case, I need you to keep this stuff. So if we have to argue, you know, we could have something to argue about. I don't know. I don't know that. Because if you think about it, this is Nene's storyline. You know, no tea, no shade. It is what it is. But I do feel like, no, because she's honestly pissed. And she's honestly upset at what Kim did. So I don't think Nene did that at all. I think Kim is just, you know what I'm saying, a racist piece of shit, and she did what she usually would do anyway. But I did laugh my ass off when Nene said, we did have roaches. We had 3 roaches, and it was Kim, Croy, and Brielle. I said, bitch, they roaches now? Well, you know, roaches come in all sizes, shapes, and colors. So Marlo then asked Portia if she was going to say something, because, again, Portia be acting like Kim her girl. They be hanging out and stuff. There was all that goddamn on seance thing with that little psychic lady holding hands, acting like they was lovers and stuff. So, you know, Portia's like she would talk to her, but she kind of almost said that she wasn't going to talk to her about Brielle. And I was kind of confused as to what the fuck Portia was saying. But she brought up a good point, saying how, you know, Nene and Kim fight all the time. She's like, one minute they hate each other and they're at each other's throats. She's like, then next thing you know, they best friends. She's like, so I don't really want to get included in, you know, I don't want to really get, not included. I don't want to really want to get involved in it, because if I say something and they back friends, then I'm going to be the one looking ass out. And I agree with that. You know, I ain't too much of a Portia fan right now. I do think what she said was 100% accurate. Kim and Nene always fussing and arguing over something, and you never know if they cool or not. So I think I'm also not going to get involved to the point where I'm going to pick a side. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to let y'all handle it, because y'all are grown women. And again, Portia and Kim ain't even friends. Kim ain't friends with nobody. If you can't come to somebody's house and not drink out their cups, if you come to my house and you always got a red cup, bitch, we ain't friends, because you don't trust my goddamn dishes. Heifer. So, you know, from there, all of a sudden, Marlo yelling at Portia, like, what's the hell going on? You know, and Nene was saying how, you know, she kind of hates, because Marlo was just saying how, you know, why won't you talk to her? Why won't you ask some questions to Kim? And it was just all over the place in my personal opinion. You know, Nene saying how she hates when she sees Marlo, you know, arguing because Marlo goes from 0 to 100 so quick and it can escalate just too much. Pull up the footage of Marlo arguing and fussing with Sheree a long time ago. Marlo fussing and arguing with Nene at one point in time, and it being really, really over the top. And, you know, at that point, Marlo was calling Portia a fake vegan, was saying how her breath stinks. Then brought up her goddamn placemat at her house, not placemat, the doormat at her house, and that doormat was too small. I mean, at this point, Marlo throwing out every little petty thing that she can throw at Portia. And me personally, I mean, did I chuckle a little bit? Chuckle, ha ha ha. I did for like 2.5 seconds. But at the same time, I'm looking like, what's the point of... Marlo likes to say she throws fun shade. You know, she throws funny shade. You know, she's not trying to be hurtful. But I feel like it's so petty that it's stupid. Like, I feel like it kind of has no point in what she's doing. And when she was like, your breath stank, and you a fake vegan, and you know, be a real vegan, and you know, your placemat is, I'm like, her fucking her doormat, bitch, who cares? Who cares? Girl, it was stupid at that point. You know, Portia, because then she also said how Cynthia had furniture from IKEA. Bitch, sometimes IKEA is expensive, you know, depending on what you're getting. And who cares? Who gives a fuck? You know, we had Eva saying who cares, you know, Nene was saying who cares too, and everyone looked, because my thing is, Marlo was saying things as if it was the best shade ever. Your floor mat is small. Cynthia got IKEA furniture. Your breath stank. And no one was laughing, and no one was like, oh my God, it was, because she was going too far. And at that point, it was stupid. And, you know, Portia starts getting emotional, crying, like, you know, Mama bought me that doormat, you know, and that was the first thing she bought me for my new house. And look, I get that. My mom bought me a shower curtain when I first moved forever ago, and I kept that damn thing for so long, solely because she, you know, she bought it for me, and I kept just changing the like the liner or whatever, but I kept the same damn shower, because she bought me a shower curtain. So I mean, I get it, but I'm not finna cry to a bitch in Barcelona about a goddamn doormat. It was just stupid. And then Marlon like, well, you crying about a goddamn doormat, like you so sad, but you didn't cry out when you lying on candy. I'm like, okay, go to lying on candy part. Anytime any of them argue with her, they're going to bring up her lying on candy. It just does not. It's just where it's going to go. And then she told Portia she was fake crying about the doormat. Now, did I feel like Portia was fake crying? Yes. Not fake crying as if she wasn't hurt, but she was trying to get some kind of sympathy. And my thing is, I'm pretty sure that your mama bought you more things than a goddamn doormat at your house. So for you to cry as if she was just in your mama, I thought that she was trying to just kind of take the heat off of her and kind of calm things down. So if I seem emotional, if I start crying, they might just like tell her leave me the fuck alone. And they kind of did. And, you know, when she was like, you know, Marlo, you know, you talking about how you throwing a fun shade is actually hurtful. And for some reason, when they were kind of arguing, because, you know, Portia sitting right here, Marlo, they sitting right next to each other. And at one point when Marlo was talking to Portia and she was trying to talk to Eva. Portia kept throwing that fan up in her face and kind of blocking Marlo from talking to Eva, who was sitting next to Portia. So at this point, when they going back and forth or whatever, and Portia kept waving that fan in Marlo's face. She kept waving that fan in Marlo's face. And she kept, and she kept doing it. And Marlo said, well, bitch, you know what? And she snatched that goddamn fan in her hand the same exact way Portia snatched that scepter out of Kenya's hand on the reunion when her and Kenya got into that physical altercation. So my thing is, and then Portia jumped up like she was gonna fight, and I don't know why she jumped up like that, because Portia's violent. I take that back. She's violent. I think she has a habit of wanting to fight people and be out here just rumbling in the goddamn jungle. But you're in Barcelona. You do not want to go to jail in a different country. They have different laws, rules, and regulations. You're gonna be stuck over there. And it was funny because Portia jumped up, Marlo did not, and she said, girl, anybody trying to fight you? And I do feel like the reason that Marlo snatched it from Portia was because Portia kept putting it in her face. And if we are having a heated debate, you're not gonna keep throwing something in my face because you slip and hit me, I gotta fuck your ass up. And, you know, all the ladies, of course, jumped up like, okay, let's stop. They had to kind of separate them. But Marlo, for the most part, did not get up. Now, was Marlo provoking Portia? Absolutely. Was she doing things to make her angry? Absolutely. As they all do in an argument. It ain't no different than anyone else arguing. Portia needs to learn how to handle herself. Portia needs to learn you can't be putting objects in people's faces the same way that you didn't want Kenya putting stuff in your face. And Candy brought that up. So, you know, Portia didn't like it when Kenya did that to her. And that's why her and Kenya ended up getting, that's why she ended up jumping on Kenya. So my thing is, you can't now want to play victim like, oh my God, I can't believe she's dancing my hand. But bitch, you had it in her face. You completely had it in her face. You were more in Marlo's personal space than she was in yours. Marlo's mouth was saying things that made you feel some kind of way, and I think because of that, you did not know how to control yourself. And Marlo, seeing that Portia was little by little losing control, she loved it, and she just kept going and kept going and kept going. Marlo is trying to take the place of Kenya, because Kenya had been real chill since she got married. Marlo was doing the same thing that Kenya used to do, just on a different level. Not better than Kenya, not worse than Kenya. It's just a little bit different than how Kenya did things. And, you know, you can kind of see Marlo was honey reaching for that goddamn peach like crazy. So, you know, the group was separated or whatever. We see Shamia, Portia, and Sheree in their little group. And then you had, you know, Nene, Cynthia, Candy, Eva, and Marlo and the other. And, you know, Portia said how, you know, Marlo kept trying to provoke me. I mean, she did. I don't think she tried to provoke her in any kind of physical way. I think she was just saying things. She knew Marlo's mouth is dangerous, and she says things that can piss someone off, and she does it in a way to where she's like, I don't have to physically touch you or even physically be that close to you, but I can say things that get you so riled up that it can piss me off. And even though, like I said, Marlo did snatch the fan out of Portia's hand, I felt like she did it simply because Portia was getting overly in her feelings, and she kept putting it in her face. And it's like, bitch, you ain't gonna keep putting something in my face. Let me just get it out your goddamn hand, and we can keep having whatever conversation, but just get that out my face. And Marlo said she was crying over, of course, crying over this doormat, but not over Candy. And, you know, Candy said how anytime anyone gets into any kind of argument with Portia, they're going to bring her situation up simply because Portia still has not fully owned what she did. And people can say, well, she's already apologized. She's apologized in a way to where she still has not owned what she did. She still apologizes in a way of, I was told something. I'm so sorry if it hurt you. Not saying, I knew damn well it wasn't true, but I went along with it for whatever the reasons may be. I fucked up, okay? She hasn't said that in any kind of way. She's always kind of been like, well, I'm sorry that I was involved. Well, I'm sorry that someone told me something. And she just won't say, someone told me something that wasn't true. I was dumb enough to repeat it and keep it going for a whole season. I fucked up. I fully accept that I fucked up and I spread a lie that was not true. That's what she needs to say. That might not fix everything, but it can fix some things. So I'm like, whatever. And Candy said how she felt like if Portia says that and owns it in that way, the ladies can no longer use that against her. It doesn't mean they're going to forgive her, but at that point, once Portia does that, they can't keep saying, well, you haven't did this, because they can't do that anymore. And they keep doing it because she hasn't did it yet. So I thought that was a great thing to say. But even Portia was in saying how, you know, I know all kind of low down dirty stuff that Marlo did to Nene, but I'm not gonna repeat it, you know, because Nene told me in confidence. When anyone says so and so told me this in confidence, I'm not gonna repeat it, but somebody did something, you already repeating too much. You are not supposed to say anything, okay? It's supposed to go with you to the grave. And when she said it, I'm looking like, did Nene really tell you some stuff? Or this just Portia again saying, well, someone told me something, but I can't say what. Someone told me something, but let me not get involved. Portia has a tendency to do that. And I feel like when Nene sees this, and I think Nene and Marlo are going to be on Watch What Happens Live. I might do another live if they, not live. I might do another video if they do something good on there. But I do feel like somebody going to ask Nene, well, what did you tell Portia about Marlo? And then let's see if Nene admits to telling her anything about her. Because I'm like, yeah, what did she say? Okay, girl, if you say so. So, what else? They all just kind of go back to the house. You know, Candy called Todd, tell Todd what happened. We see Nene called Greg and told Greg what happened. And then from there, Portia basically come to Nene's room saying how she just thinks she's kind of just over the trip and she just wants to go home because there's just too much stuff going on for her. And, you know, it was a good little one-on-one conversation with the two of them. We know they have not been on the best of terms. It was kind of cute to see them back in that older sister, little sister dynamic. Nene really listening to Portia and not talking at Portia and not listening to her. And let's say this. Nene looks gorgeous barefaced. Now, don't get me wrong. I know that she's had work done over the years. I'm not saying that she's, oh my God, I know she's had some work done. However, she still look like herself. She doesn't, and I think Nene looks better natural. I really, really, really do. Like sometimes when she have all the makeup on, I mean, she be looking like good or whatever, but she was gorgeous barefaced and plain. I think she was really, really pretty. But yeah, you know, Portia crying, somehow she feel like every time she's around the ladies, it's like a slap in the face. You know, she feel like every time she takes one step forward, it's 2 steps back. You know, the whole Cynthia breaking up the whole Candy thing, and she couldn't believe that, saying that she thought her and Cynthia was on better terms. And I think, like Nene then said to her, you know, these ladies are waiting for you to say, I fucked up. I fucked up. Yep, I did fuck up. I'm sorry. And until you do that, they're going to consistently fuck with you. They're going to continually fuck with you about it, poke at you about it. And, you know, that's kind of what you have to do to kind of move past it. And, you know, her saying, well, if I would have known, you know, that those were the magic words I had to say, I would have been said it. But she also says in the same, in her confessional, how she feel like she shouldn't have to keep doing stuff. And I don't think a thing where she has to keep apologizing or keep reiterating what she did. I think she has not apologized in the right way. It's the equivalent of a man who was accused of sexual assault, and he know he did it. You know what I'm saying? He know he did something wrong, and then he said stuff like, if I've hurt anyone in a way I'm not aware of, I'm sorry. Well, no, you're aware of exactly what you did, so you should apologize for what you did and not trying to kind of pussyfooting around the situation. I feel like Portia has apologized around the topic and not directly onto what the fuck she did and what part she played in it. And, you know, Nene would sound like, you know, if you need time to yourself, you know, if you need a little break, that's fine. They kind of hug it out, and it was a cute little scene or whatever. And then Portia said that she going home, so she leaving. Girl, bye. So that was the whole episode basically, and you know, it was entertaining. Let's see how next week goes. We don't know. But other than that, that is it. So I'm going to watch The Walking Dead now and review that. So I am Jay Lee. This is Jaylee's Corner. Peace.